this was a video I felt very important to make because often I hear from commentators on my videos that the man has all the power in a foreigner-Filipina relationship. Simply, if any relationship anywhere in the world is to succeed where both people are happy, then there needs to be an equal balance. And in this video, I'll tell you why any man who believes they hold the balance of power in the relationship over their Filipina needs to reset their whole way of thinking. So be sure to stay with me here. The balance of power. It sounds like some political jargon, but unfortunately, I see some foreign guys who search for a Filipina to date and marry because they like the idea of holding all the power over her. Typically, these guys are very controlling men who, quite frankly, wouldn't find a woman in his own country who would put up with the way he thinks and acts. And even many Filipinas may not fully understand how his mind thinks until it's too late and she's living with him, when reality will hit her like a ton of bricks. Now yes, I do know that foreign guys will typically have more money and assets than a Filipina. And I do know that some Filipinas, especially the province girls, may be more intimidated by the foreign man and accept that she's not an equal in their relationship. But girls, this is not the way to think. And be sure to stay away from that mindset and that sort of man, at least if you want to be happy and be in a relationship that will last many years. I do know that for some Filipinas, they will sacrifice happiness and love to be with such a man and allow him to treat her in such a way that will degrade her and take away her power and self-esteem. So right here, I implore you to stay away from such men, because you'll be far happier by yourself in the Philippines with your family than with such a man in his country where you're more isolated and have next to no support system. Or even if you're with him in the Philippines, where you'll still be treated as inferior in the relationship and he won't be afraid to let you know how it all works in His Majesty's world. It's very easy for a foreign man to push the Filipina down so he has all the control and power in the relationship. And sadly, as I say, many Filipinas will just accept how it is, when really, there are many decent foreign men out there looking for a genuine, loving Filipina if you're just more patient to find the right man for you. Make no mistake, for these guys it's totally a control thing where they absolutely get off on acting this way. And for sure, this is something we could all do in our foreigner-Filipina relationships if we wanted to. But why is it that we all don't do it? Simply because we're decent men who value the Filipina as a person and what she brings into the relationship that makes us better people, and how she makes life in general much brighter and easier than it would otherwise be without her. One must know that there's far more to a relationship than money or assets, although try telling these controlling men this. They really just don't get it, as they can't see past their own nose and see the deep value within others who may not have much material possessions but are so rich in many other ways. These sort of guys believe that they're far superior in every sense of the word and will ensure the Filipina obeys his every command. I'm sure these guys must be living in centuries gone by and have never caught up with the times. Now, I know that there's some guys out there mocking what I say right here and saying this guy's a simp, etc. But really, who cares? At the end of the day, it's their loss because they'll never see the true value that an equal relationship brings. And as I've said in a previous video, if being a caring and loving human being makes me a simp, then sign me up. And know this, that your Filipina will respond to you in many amazing ways if you show her respect, kindness, love, and security, knowing that she has a voice in the relationship that does matter. In short, if she feels like she's truly in a loving, caring and equal relationship, she'll go out of her way to do what she can for you, and the relationship will continue to build each and every day going forward. One must be very sure to never underestimate or devalue what a loving and caring Filipina can bring to the table in a foreigner-Filipina relationship. The guys who laugh at this will clearly never experience such a relationship, and for that I'm truly sad for those guys, because it's something everyone should experience at some point in their life. For me, I can tell you that I wasted a good 30 years of my adult life on the wrong women. Women who never really knew what love was, or women that weren't committed to a strong, loving and caring long-term relationship. Women, sadly, where material things were far more important than what I could offer as a person. Then finally, 7 years ago, I found a woman from the Philippines who didn't have much in the way of money or assets, but she was rich in many other areas that I've mentioned, and she was more than willing to share these with me with no reservations. And right now in my life, I'm the most content and happy that I've been, and it's all because of my Filipino wife, who some will say can offer nothing to a foreign guy. These guys clearly have no idea. So I say to those guys who want control in a relationship to really think again and change your mindset, and then you'll be much richer than money or assets can possibly provide. Sure, these controlling guys get to make all the calls in that relationship, but they'll never experience the incredible things that a Filipina will do for a man that she respects and loves in an intimate way unconditionally. And really, on this channel, the main goal I have is to help foreign guys to a successful long-term relationship with a wonderful woman from the Philippines. And if I can do that for some, then my time and effort that I put into this channel is well worthwhile. You often hear people who are in relationships with a Filipina say how magic the relationship is, or how it's the best relationship of their life. Well, these controlling guys with their mindset will never understand this, or, as I say, experience this, and that is totally their loss. The only one I feel truly sorry for is the Filipina, who will be treated more like a servant than a wife. But for those of you who are looking for a good Filipina to build a wonderful life with, as I and many others have done, then be sure to check out my affiliate link in the pinned comment and description to the Philippines' #1 dating site to find your Filipina soulmate. And for more valuable information and tips to having a successful relationship with a Filipina, be sure to check out the playlist on screen now. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.